undefeated lightweight superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis could face former junior lightweight superstar Cuban's own Yuriorkis Gamboa. Stay tuned, coming up next.
Hey, this is Cassie, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Shout outs to Blue Blood Sports TV.
You're watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, habla Cindy, está viendo Deportes TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So Gervonta Tank Davis could possibly have a homecoming fight against former Cuban superstar, junior lightweight champion Yuriorkis Gamboa, July 27th in his hometown of Baltimore. Venue is talked about as being rumored as Royal Farm Arena in Baltimore. That's in Gervonta Tank Davis' hometown. If you didn't know, he's from Baltimore area. You know, he's fought there once, I believe. He's fought there once before. That was probably, I think that was back in 2013. You know, that's when Gervonta Davis last fought there, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, right? So this is a possible fight for Gervonta Tank Davis as a homecoming fight if he's not mandated, you know, to defend his title, which is he has the WBA, if I'm not mistaken. With that said, you know, if he is mandated to face, you know, to defend the title, it's being rumored that it's going to be Nunes, right? Nunes has a record of 22-18 knockouts, 20 wins, 2 losses, 18 by way of knockout, right? So Nunes has a fight coming up April 30th in Panama City. If Nunes is victorious, it's possible that the WBA could mandate Gervonta Tank Davis to defend his title against Nunes. But if that's not the case, and they allow Gervonta Tank Davis an interim fight, you know, he's looking to face possible opponent is Yuriorkis Gamboa. You know, Gamboa was a superstar back in his day. You know, he had a couple of superstar fights that was supposed to take place that didn't take place. That being against Juan Manuel Lopez, Puerto Rican superstar boxer, and then he had a showdown with Brandon Bam Bam Rios of Mexico, but that fight didn't come to fruition. It saw Yuriorkis Gamboa pull out the last second, and there was a lot of backlash that Gamboa received from pulling out the last second. You know, and then eventually he moved up in weight and he fought Terrence Crawford, and Terrence Crawford stopped him and gave him an L. And then since then, he's kind of been on a downslide. His activity hasn't been too active, you know. So, man, this is an interesting fight, man. You know, I really wanted to see Gervonta Tank Davis fights the likes of Alberto Machado, but we know Alberto Machado lost the title, you know, so he's going into a rematch with the guy that he lost, immediate rematch with the guy he lost to. So, you know, we could possibly see Gamboa versus Gervonta Tank Davis. Gamboa at this point in time is far past his prime. He's 37 years old. He, you know, he was a fighter that had a lot of explosion. You know, his reflex faded. He had a lot of speed, a lot of explosion, a lot of flash. You know, very athletic. You know, a la, you know, he was a smaller version. People used to compare him to Mike Tyson. I compared him to Roy Jones. You know, he used to do a lot of things, hands behind the back, a lot of showmanship, you know, punches from all types of weird, wild angles and things of that nature. And his chin was always suspect. He would get dropped at times and early on in his career, you know, hurt and wobble, but he always came back, you know, to put on a hell of a show and most of the time stop his opponent. So, you know, if this was in Gamboa's prime, this would be a hell of a fight. But at this point in time, at this stage in his career, I just don't see, you know, Gamboa being too competitive. He lost to a guy, you know, out of the blue. You know, he had a fight and he lost. You know, it just, you know, Gamboa is just not, he's definitely not the same, point blank and period. You know, there's no doubt about it. You know, Gamboa is not the same fighter he once was. If this was Gamboa in the height of his career, you know, I would give him, you know, this would be a 50-50 fight in my opinion. You know, this would be a 50-50 fight in my opinion if Gamboa was in the height of his career. you know, but at this point, in this time in Gamboa's career, absolutely not. You know, like I said, his record is 29 and 29 victories, 2 losses, 17 by way of knockout. And in both his losses, he got knocked out. That was to a guy by the name of Ryan Castellanos, right? With a record of 23 and 12. And then, you know, obviously he got knocked out by Terrence Crawford back in 2014. But he's been on a 3-fight winning streak. He beat Jason Sosa. A lot of people felt like Jason Sosa won the fight. Most people thought Jason Sosa won the fight, but, you know, he got the nod, majority decision victory. He beat Miguel Beltran Jr., you know, another unanimous decision victory. He got that with unanimous decision, but, you know, he hasn't got a knockout in quite some time. You know, his last knockout, I believe, was in 2014. You know, so, you know, Gamboa is just not the fighter he once was. But, you know, in their prime, this would have been a hell of a fight. You know, it's still interesting due to the fact that you never know what Gamboa brings to the ring. He's still explosive. You know, he still is going to give him a little bit of problems. But like I stated before, he always had a suspect chin. He would get dropped in fights, you know, get hurt and wobbled by, you know, any and everybody, you know. Now, I'm not saying that he got dropped all the time, but, you know, you would see him get dropped and get up, and always in exciting fights and in wars and things of that nature. So, you know, Gervonta Tank Davis with the athletic ability and the power, I just don't see this fight lasting past the 6th, 7th round. You know, I mean, it's a good name, it's good experience for Gervonta Tank Davis, but it's not a meaningful fight. It's a meaningful fight for him because it'll be in his hometown of Baltimore. So, you know, but as far as on the ranking system in the sport of boxing, it's not meaningful. And, you know, people will look at his resume years down the line and see Gamboa on it, you know, and you know, they'll say, oh, he beat Gamboa, yeah, but it's a Gamboa at 37 years old. But hey, listen, it's still experience. Tank Davis is still young. You know, Gamboa is still crafty. You know, he's still a veteran. He still has somewhat of his explosive ability, but his reflexes are not there. His defense was never the best. So I expect Gervonta Tank Davis, should this fight come to fruition, to stop him by the 6th, 7th round. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about this fight. It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. Rumors and reports are coming out that Gervonta Tank Davis could possibly face Yuriorkis Gamboa July 27th in Baltimore, Maryland. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
The Blue Blood Sport TV, baby, from the Empress. Much love.